yesterday. There is a chance that we can make it so far. We stop believing now we can be who we are. Greece is the word that you heard. It's got groove, it's got meaning.
Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is having a fantastic money making day. Hello to everybody in the chat and everybody who might be listening to this on the replay or on the podcast that will be released tomorrow morning. Once again, you can check me out on podcast, and also if you're there, go ahead and you can also check out my friend Jason, the Gig Economy podcast as well. So anyway, guys, so I feel like we have so much to talk about. And I'm gonna, preface a couple of things before I, start, because I feel like it's gonna come across negative, and I'm not trying to be negative. But I will not bash any other content creators. I will try to be as positive as I possibly can, but I also want to, the whole entire point of tonight was really keeping it real. And guys, these are my opinions and my experiences, mainly on DoorDash, but we'll probably get a break in, how we go, how we roll. I'll probably break into other topics as well, but the reality of DoorDash, I started years ago with DoorDash, and where it was to where it is today, has completely changed. Talk about like 360 night and day difference. It has been changed, and I feel like I apologize if I kind of go all over the place. I'll apologize ahead of time because I have the thoughts in my head and how I actually want to convey, but it might kind of come out jumbled and kind of all over the place. Back in the day, I feel like I'm so old when I say that. Well, back in the day when I first started, but like you can make really good money. And even up until last year on the DoorDash platform, DoorDash for me used to be my number one app. Like if I wanted to work just DoorDash and work full time, I could. And it would be easy for me to make just on DoorDash alone $1,000 a week. It was easy, right? So orders were coming in, you can choose whatever orders you can come in. Like now you can sit and wait for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And this is with me experimenting with all of these DoorDash programs that they have, right? So I've played with Top Dasher. I've experienced the Diamond program. I hold the high AR. Like, what's Top Dasher anymore, right? What are these programs anymore? The only thing I obviously haven't, because it's not in my market, experimented in is the tier program. But as being a driver, right, a full-time driver, so before anybody asks, and I get this question, I feel like at least a couple times a week, I either get, you're not a real driver. I always get that you don't work. Like, no, I still work 40 to 50 hours a week. I am not a full-time content creator. I wish I was, but I am not. I am still a full-time gig worker going out there hustling every single day. And I get questions all the time. Talk about keeping it real. Here are all the answers to all of your questions. My goals since I even started my channel about 3-4 years ago has never changed, right? When I started my channel, it was 200 plus a day. When I started my channel, my goal was to make $1,000 to $1,500 per week. That has never changed. And it is still the same to this very day. Just because these gig apps change doesn't mean that my goals change or how I make my money changes. I'm sorry, this just made me laugh. It's time to get a real job. You know, that talking about keeping it real, I feel like, and I was contemplating honestly doing a video about this again because it really bothers me. I don't know why it gets under my skin so much, but it really bothers me when like people attack gig workers, right? And I know we shouldn't take it personally because it's just people being ignorant and really not understanding the gig economy. But I just don't understand the mindset. I don't understand the reasoning behind it, right? Like, do I make money? Yes. Do I pay taxes? Yes. So what qualifies it as not a real job? Like, I just don't understand the mindset. Do I go to somebody, it is probably jealousy, but do I go up to somebody who, I'm making this up, works as a teacher and tells them to go get a real job because they're a teacher? Like, who does that? Like, seriously? Like, it got to the point where I had actually responded, and normally I just whatever move on from the comments. But the other week I did respond, and my question to the person was, "What do you think? Why do you think this isn't a real job?" And crickets. I knew it would be crickets, right? I just, I just don't understand it. Anyway, I digressed. So going back to DoorDash. Sorry, that was delivered telling me I forgot to turn my ringer off that I have catering tomorrow. Um, Anyway, so DoorDash. So my goals never changed, but the gig economy is always changing, right? So how do you evolve? And I think that's always been my thing. Like my point when I started kind of all of this is, I want to show everybody and motivate everybody to go out, and there's different ways of making money. It's just not DoorDash anymore. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of us, including myself, have to come to terms with. And we all had to come to terms with it quickly because it's like DoorDash flipped a switch overnight. And then all of a sudden, we're all like, what the heck is going on, right? Like, what the heck happened to DoorDash? Like, and it literally happened for each and every one of us almost overnight, which is absolutely crazy. And don't get me wrong, just because I am a full time gig worker doesn't mean I do DoorDash full time. And I really think, and you guys can agree with me or, disagree with me. And it's okay. We all have opinions, we all have, our own ways of thinking. And I just lost my train of thought that quickly. How funny is that? Um, Oh my god, I'm having another senior moment. I feel like I have a senior moment at least like once a week with you guys. Anyway, well, this is what I'm saying. So there are full-timers out there who do work part-time, and I feel, and man, kudos to those those drivers who can do this full time. And I feel like they are exceptional. So anybody who does still do full DoorDash full time, I think you're exceptional. And I also think you're an exception because I really believe that the way of making money is making it multiple ways, multi-apping. But I even think multi-apping, right, has changed over the years, right? You used to turn it on and, you would choose whatever order comes in that was best for you. Like you don't have really those options because what orders are coming in order after order after order, like that doesn't even happen really anymore. So it has evolved to multi niching at this point. And I really think for me that's how I am still making my money to this day. Like I still every single week make a, 1,000 to 1,500, sometimes 1,700, sometimes 1,800. It kind of depends on the week, depends on how many hours I'm working. No, I do not work a bazillion hours. That is one thing that has changed. I used to go out for 60, 70 hours a week. Like I don't have that real luxury anymore. My family has changed. My daughter has grown up. She needs, mom around a little bit more. So that has changed just a little bit. I'm still working, I don't have time to work unlimited hours. Like I need to go out, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can probably relate to this. I'm hoping you can relate to this. I need to make, and this hasn't changed, I need to make the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. And I don't think DoorDash is going to provide that for me. And I think that's kind of the reality and the real, so to speak, of what's going on in this gig economy. And I wish I had like that magic button to tell you. I can only tell you what's kind of in my own experience, but I know I think we've all done it. We've all bashed DoorDash. We've all talked negatively, including myself, about DoorDash. I still think they're a means of making money. I don't think they are a full time means of making money, but I think they're a means of making money. I think, in my opinion, we can complain all we want. What's going on with DoorDash? We can complain, oh my God, we're not making money anymore. We can complain that we're not getting, any, big orders on DoorDash anymore. Like we can complain and complain and complain. But what is that ever going to change DoorDash's mind? It's never going to change DoorDash. They're going to keep moving forward with the programs that is set forward that they already have in motion. Unfortunately, only they know what the rollouts are going to be. They only know the programs that they're rolling out. Like we're not privy to it. So it's kind of, we have choices to make, right? As a gig worker, we can continue to work the app and not be happy about it, but we're making money, or we can stop using the app altogether. But what does complaining really get us? Complaining doesn't get us anything, right? It doesn't give us more money. It doesn't give us more orders. It doesn't change DoorDash in any way. They don't listen to us anyway. So, I always feel, and I was having a discussion with my husband, I think it was yesterday or the other day, about this exact thing. And he was absolutely right. I'm going to give him mad credit for this. He's just like, the gig economy is nothing, it's not anything that the W-2 world isn't. And he's in the W-2 world, but he also does DoorDash on the side. But he's just like, you get a boss and you complain about them. You get new policies at work and you complain about them. You don't like your manager, you complain to your coworker about your manager. Like he's like, what's the difference between doing that and really complaining about DoorDash and their policies and what they stand for? It's the same exact thing. And what do? We go onto YouTube, which is our outlet for a lot of this stuff, and we we complain to everybody who will hear about what's going on with DoorDash. So the bottom line is I'm here to make money. I've always been here to make money, right? That's always been my goal. That will always be my goal. I take you guys along with me for the ride in the long run, right? I feel like I just like completely rambled on for like 13 minutes, but I just feel like I, I just, I feel like there is just a reality of really what's going on. But I think the thing is I feel like DoorDash has become a filler for me, right? So I don't think there is one app out there that I can honestly say is like my main app at this point. Like if you asked me this a year ago, I'd be like, "Yeah, DoorDash, it's my main app. I make my most amount of money." You can probably even go back to my lives from last year talking about how, DoorDash is, how the top Dasher program is working, how the Diamond program is working. I'm making $1,000 a week. Like, that was my reality back then. But today, they're not. They're a filler app for me. I mean, if you think about it, and I'm sure you'll learn more about my day even tomorrow, because I haven't really decided on what I'm doing yet tomorrow as far as video wise and live wise. But I am going to have in my entire day, just because it's already planned out, I'm going to have in my entire day goal before 12 o'clock tomorrow, before I even start my lunch shift. And it does not include one single DoorDash order. Could I have said that last year? I don't know whether I could have said that last year. But isn't it nice going into the next day knowing that I'm going to have in my day before 12 o'clock? And if I choose to keep on working the lunch shift, I can. If I choose to take the day off, I can. But I'm not making it because of DoorDash. DoorDash is like that creepy cousin you will never be able to trust. I couldn't have said that any better, Sheila. I think that's pretty awesome. um, and have you gotten a catering bag required yet? I have not gotten on. Oh, sorry. I have not gotten an order specifically like it before that has said catering bag required, but I have gotten orders that turned into what the large order program used to be, if that makes any sense, but not anywhere near what I was getting. And, and this is another thing. Um, and I told you this is going to be like all over the place, and I apologize. Before I do that, so DoorDash is my lowest pay anymore. I made $95 last week. And then Anthony, I made 75, but that's high for me last week. Yeah. And then Uber Eats is the slowest for me. I am in a timeout with them, just like him. Yeah. The thing with Uber Eats, at least for me, I'm sorry, I keep clicking on it. I will say that they are an app that gives me the most amount of orders, just not the most quality. That's what I'm trying to look for. Quality orders. But I turned them on, what was it, last night? And it was crickets. Nothing. Literally nothing for hours. I got more offers on Grubhub last night than I did on Uber Eats. How scary is that? Um, that's interesting. Sorry. So you still get catering bag required on DoorDash still. Interesting. I have not seen one in, I can't tell you how long. Um, Interesting. Okay. Okay, Cameron. DoorDash is still the best in my market and profitable, but all the apps here are going down in pay and offers, but the market is oversaturated. So I'm going to talk about that next, because that's kind of, I have like a whole list, and it's a little all over the place, but I do have a list. You know what? This is really honestly taught me, and I'm going to talk about YouTube for a little bit and DoorDash at the same time, because how can like integrated with both of them, right? You know, when I first started my YouTube channel, I started it I started it during the pandemic. I started it just to keep my boredom honestly at bay as I'm driving um through the day. And then I started doing a ride along. every single day for 2 years straight. Was that crazy? Um, so at this point, I have 1 point something thousand videos out there because I was doing a ride along every single day. And I'm going to be completely, everybody asks me, why don't you do ride alongs anymore? Kim, we want to see ride alongs. Um, I'll be honest. We're going to talk the realistic behind this. I got so sick and tired of doing a ride along. Um, I got burnout from doing them. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Will I do them here and there? Absolutely, because I think they're a part of who I am. But it would take so much out of me, first of all, to video a ride along and then come home every single night because I work until 9, 10 o'clock every single night, and then sit and edit until 1, sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning, and then be up at 6 o'clock the next day and start my day all over. Like it was just completely exhausting. But the whole entire thing with, YouTube and, DoorDash is yeah, sorry guys. I'm like, sorry guys. that's that's the whole thing. Um it's they're a lot of work. But, you know, I put out a video a couple weeks ago that really, and I thought long and hard about this video because I truly believe that, and I pose the questions, are gig tubers, including myself, are we responsible for oversaturation in our own markets? And my answer for me is absolutely. And one of all my earlier ride alongs, which is why I brought up the ride along, shows me my area, the restaurants that I go into. They show, where the areas that I'm picking up from, delivering to. Like, I was, I was basically, here's my area. Everybody come to my area. Like, honestly, I'll degrade myself. I was stupid. Um, because here I am, my old market, I'm gonna go into that in a little bit. It's oversaturated. And my wake up call was literally one day I got approached by a driver, and he had two two phones, and he wanted me, well, first of all, he acknowledged that I had a YouTube channel, and he wanted me to show him exactly where to sit and what restaurants he needed to go to in order to make money in my own area. And he did it through a translator app. And I'm like, do you really think I'm going to sit here and give you all my secrets to how I make the money I'm making in my own area? So that was honestly my wake up call. And it really got me thinking, and this is the reason why it was my wake up call, because I'm like, oh my god, how many other people are watching me and know where I'm at and what my area is like? Because I told everybody, here it is. But here's the thing, this was my wake up call. I don't work in that area anymore. Because of situations like that, and I wish it was like the first one that I've encountered, and it's not. I now work in literally 5 different markets, and I don't hardly ever work in the market I used to work in. So everybody who thinks that they know where I work and what I do and what restaurants I go to from old videos, yeah, not anymore. Um, and I guess it's a good thing because I have learned 4 different areas. I always say I work in New Jersey now because I literally work in New Jersey because there's not one specific area I work in anymore. I might work in that area if it's bad weather or I just don't feel like traveling to a different zone. But I now travel to different zones. No, I learned my lesson, right? And that was the whole reason behind that video is because I did learn my lesson, right? I don't need someone knowing where I'm at every single waking, afternoon or evening. And, you are right, Donna. It's scary. I just want to go to work and pick up orders and drop them off and make my money. At the end of the day, that's kind of what it is. But because of this, I now have worked different areas. And going back to a couple of you guys were asking about large orders, and I did post that $30 order. And that was not in my original zone. That was because I worked in a different zone that day. And sometimes you got to do what you need to do in order to make your money. And that's one of the things and one of the changes that I've made over the past couple of months, even the past couple of years. Um, yes, I do not. That's another change I've done when I do any kind of content. I do not, I blur out the restaurant. I blur out any information that will give away where I'm located or where restaurant I picked up from because of situations like that. And I'm going to learn from my mistakes and not oversaturate what's working for me. I can tell you what apps have been working for me. I can tell you how I'm making my money. I'm just not going to be specific on exactly what restaurants I'm going to, what areas I'm working, neighborhoods I'm delivering to. Like those days are long gone. And if there's any new content creators out there watching this and you're doing ride-alongs, please learn from my please learn from my mistakes and guard your area as best as you possibly can. That would if I don't usually give advice, but if that's one thing I can say to anybody, if you're in any kind of social media, just guard where you're at, because here's the thing. All of these um illegal accounts, um all of these, bot accounts, shared accounts, however you want to put it in there, they are going to YouTube and they're looking and they're going to Reddit and they're looking at comments. They're going through channels. They are literally, that's how they're finding the best areas to work at. So if you brag, and I have told everybody, and that's another thing why I don't even share my totals anymore, is like I have to hold some things sacred because it can't get out to every single person in protection of myself, in protection of my money, how much I want to make in my own areas. Like it has been that serious of a problem. And, a lot of people might not take it seriously, but when you are like me and you see, and this literally, not that it's upsetting. Well, actually, it is upsetting. I'm not going to lie. It is upsetting when you see, if you're a New Jersey driver just like me, I'm in New Jersey, and you started, well, I used to go to the same spot and I used to sit in the same area, and I used to get order after order after order, and my area, and I told you guys, you know, I can get orders. I don't have to schedule. My area is never great. How many times did I say that to you guys, right? Like I live in a fantastic area. It's beautiful here, and it is beautiful. I love my area. What did that really get me, right? It got me overnight. All of a sudden, I had a market flooded with 50 to 100, and I'm not joking. And I wish one day, and if it wasn't a privacy thing, I wish I could just take videos and show you and point out every single driver that is new to my area, I think everybody would be like, I cannot, I cannot believe it. So if you guys are in the same boat as me, I feel for you, because if you add 50 to 100 drivers, and the area I was working at, no longer work anymore, it is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6, 7 block radius. 6 blocks of 50 to 100 new drivers, and not New Jersey drivers. When you start seeing license plates from Pennsylvania and New York, and they're flooding a 6 block radius, you're like, what the heck is going on? And that's when I started doing the research. And that's when I really started to unravel, what's really going on with DoorDash and the illegal accounts. And that's kind of where it all started from. And it all started also from that guy coming up to me and asking me for that. I will never tell anybody where my new areas are any longer. Never. I will, like I said, I will give you guys advice on how to work the apps. I will give you advice on what's working for me. I will give you advice on any new apps I try. I will literally give you as much information I can. I will just never share with you where I actually am working for the most part. And and that even goes for my lives, the way that I position even my cameras. Like, you're not really going to see the outside world too much. You're going to see me. You just might not see my area, because it's something that I've learned and I'm literally holding near and dear to my heart. I thought this, Eric, when it first happened, and this has really happened since like the end of last summer. So it started happening in September in my area. I'm like, I don't have anything to worry about. I have the large order program. I'm a top dasher. Like, these drivers won't even know my area. They won't know where to go. You would be amazed when 50 to 100 drivers transcend on one small area, how quickly it is hard to get orders. So I thought the same thing. I thought my experience would would prevail over everything else. No, I wish it could. It took me to move to different areas to really figure that out and really be mindful and starting to make money again. Oh, hey, Anthony, to deliver to the hungry. How are you? Welcome. Yeah, I, I firmly believe so. You have two YouTubers working in the same area, and now it's extremely overset. I'm telling you, these people aren't stupid, right? So if people are posting their earnings, I used to be one of those people. If people are posting their earnings, and these people who show, including myself when I was doing it, was showing $1,200 weeks, $1,500 weeks. I had an $1,800 week one. Right. Wouldn't you, even if it's an illegal account, wouldn't you be like, ooh, what area do I need to go to? Oh my God, this person's making how much? Oh my God, this person's making how much? I need to go try their area, right? To me, that's logical. You can't really blame them, right? They're trying to make their money too. And I will never, ever step in the way of anybody making their own money legally. I'm gonna do it legally. I will never step in the way. Everybody go make your money, do what you need to do. I know everybody has families and bills and mouths to feed, and I would never stand in the way, but I'm guarded, so to speak, with the information I share to the YouTube world. And I am guarded with where I work now. And I am very guarded with DoorDash altogether just because of what's going on. So, sorry. At least you admit it, Kim, as a YouTube person who works through, I always say I'm always the first one to admit when I'm wrong. I will tell you when I'm wrong. I will tell you when I mess up. And, that's the whole entire point. If I mess up, I'm going to tell you I messed up, or I'm going to show you what the problem is when I did mess up. So that way, as a driver or even a YouTuber, you don't make the same mistakes I did. Isn't that the whole entire point? You learn from your mistakes. Isn't that what it's really all about? Yeah. It's true. It's called job security. You have job security now. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I try to always, keep it real. And I think that's why I love doing the things that I do on YouTube. Like I love doing the lives with you guys now. I love being able to take you along with me because I can say I'm a real driver and people can be like, yeah, right, she's a real driver until like you actually experience it live. And then they're like, oh, she really does, she really does go out there and work. I do. I go out every single day. And even if it's an hour or 2 hours, most days it's, 8 to 9 hours. But that's the hustle, right? That's why we do what we do. Um, yeah. So, you know, when it comes to all that stuff, DoorDash and what's going on, like I said, I can complain about it until I'm blue in the face, but it's not going to change anything. And as far as YouTube, speaking of, I see there's 23 people here. I haven't checked yet, but, guys, give this live a thumbs up. Like you said, you guys like that hopefully you like that I'm keeping it real with you, or that I have kept it real with you, that I work right beside along with you. But like, I need some free stuff from you. Like, I need that thumbs up. Like, there's 25 people right here. It's free to give this live and any video I do a thumbs up. Like, any YouTuber out there, puts a lot of work into what we do. And there's no secret. I make money off of YouTube. I make money off of doing videos and doing lives. There's no secret to that. But, I worked really hard to get to where I am today. It's part of my income, right? So I just talked about DoorDash, um, you know, being part-time, this is all part-time gig work to myself. So thanks, Michelle. Much appreciated. Um, wait, what did I miss? I feel like I totally missed something between like Josh and Thomas there. Sorry. I get involved and I get rambly, so I apologize. Literally, kindness is always free, but damn gate is a damn gate key to success. Thanks, Bud Soda. I always say my kindness is always free to an extent. Until you start messing with my income in my own area, until you guys, hopefully you watch my videos. I'll be honest, it's been rough. Everybody says they want to ride along. I do a ride along. No, a lot of people don't watch it. People say they want informational videos. They give informational videos, and then it doesn't get watched. So it really is trying to find that balance of motivating you guys, putting out contents that you like. But like I said, I need free stuff from you guys. You make videos? Yes, I make videos. I just put out like 2 this week, Gary. Um, but yes, I make videos. They are out there. I make shorts, I make videos, I ride alongs, I do live stuff, like, but I need everybody's help. And the best way of pushing my channel, pushing my content out is first of all telling people about my channel, but also giving everything, including this live, a thumbs up. And obviously, if you're new, subscribe. But those are like really the best ways. So, once again, just keeping it real. Yeah. Ah, You know what, Eric? This is so freaking annoying. Did you guys get this back this week? Kim, tell DoorDash to stop. I'm having to take pictures every weekend. So before, it used to be like spotty, and it used to be like every couple of orders you would have to take pictures. This last week, it started up again. You have to take a picture of every freaking receipt. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, it's annoying. I was so happy for weeks they took it away, and now it's back. Mm. Um, YouTube always not showing total view count. I don't know about that. Sometimes they take a little while to catch up. Sometimes they're behind a little bit. So like just for examples, like sometimes like live like tonight, like I'll end it and it'll say I only have like 20 views, but it'll take a while for YouTube to catch up to exactly how many views there actually are. So sometimes they're a little behind, but thank you so much. I much appreciate it. So anyway, so did I miss anything on my list? I literally have a whole bunch and I just completely rambled on. Um, I think I kind of hit everything. So that's my real. It's every order, Eric. Can you it's annoying. Did anybody get that update? It's on every single order. Did anybody get that? It's annoying. It's annoying as heck. Every time I think I get into the routine of taking the picture of the receipt before I even leave the restaurant, there are a couple times I get that freaking order in the hot bag in my trunk and I get back into the car and I'm ready to go. And I'm like, darn it, I forgot the freaking picture. And then I have to get back out, go take the picture, get back in my car. Yeah, it's probably one of the most annoying things that they've done in a really long time. Thank you. Thank you. Much love to everybody. Um, oh, Sheila, you have not had to take a picture of the receipt on DoorDash yet. It's only a matter. I hope it never comes to you. It's annoying. It is so annoying. How good for you. See, that's what I'm talking about. You haven't done DoorDash in over a week. I think it's becoming it's not the forefront that it used to be. And I would really like to see, and we might not even be able to see this until like come next January. And I know it's a long ways away. I would love to see the Bloomberg market share today because I don't believe to be on would you guys believe this? Let me know. Would you guys believe this? Would you still believe today that DoorDash holds 64% of the food delivery market share? Would you believe that? Let me know. Just real quick. Would you believe that? Do you think DoorDash still holds 64% of food delivery market share? Let me know. That's the thing. So what happens is if the restaurant doesn't put a receipt on the bag, you still have to take a picture of the bag to prove that you picked up the right bag. So annoying. So annoying. Oh, oh, thank you. Your videos are very informative. Thank you for them. I also love this live. Well, thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah. Spark. Um, I feel like we can do a whole live just on Spark. If you guys haven't checked it out, I put out a video of um the reality really. I'm talking a whole bunch of reality this week. Reality of Spark and the problems with Spark. So If you haven't done Spark in a while or you're thinking about signing up Spark, watch the video before you do, because I turned on Walmart Spark because one of you guys have told me um to try Spark again, and this person was in New Jersey. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it a good old college try. So I, do the whole facial recognition thing, and I'm ready to go. I turn it on. Freaking very first order I got. First of all, I didn't even tell you guys this in the community post or even the video. Like, the Walmart they wanted me to go to was 30 miles away. That's first thing. Second of all, it was, what was that? $12, $15 for three drops. And I'm like, what? I turned that sucker right back off, and I'm like, sorry, Spark, you're going to be waiting a very long time before I try you again. I can't with Spark right now. And there was somebody who said that they still make $1,200 to $1,500 a week on Spark. Congratulations. Once again, I think you're extraordinary, and I think it's an abnormality. I just don't think it's real. In my opinion, I don't think it's real anymore. So Gary, you think that it is real because there's so many Dashers out? I don't know. I don't know. Uh, so Kevin, you think that they have more than 64% of the market share? I don't know whether I believe that. See, I've been seeing, not that I think they're great orders, but I've been seeing a lot of Uber Eats orders. Like I said, they're the app that gives me the most amount of orders. They're just all crap orders, but they give me the most amount of orders. I don't know. So, Cameron, yes, the pictures of it's aggravating, right? It's so aggravating. Yeah, I think it does. I think it does depend on your market. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Um, I think it does depend on your market with Spark. I said in my video, if you have a Walmart Spark and you are making bank and you are making money, guard it with your life and never tell anyone what Walmart you are working at. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Do not tell anybody that Walmart, and hold it near and dear to your heart and keep making that money. Interesting. See, I personally think DoorDash is losing a little bit of its edge. Just my opinion. I wish Uber Eats was better in my market. I used to love Uber Eats. Uber Eats, and like we're talking about evolving of apps, right? Uber Eats used to be my app. It used to be my number one app. I used to make bank on Uber Eats every single week, to the point where like I was almost a full-time Uber Eats driver. That's how big of an app it was for me. And I'm like, DoorDash, who would be lucky if I did like $40 on DoorDash per week? Man, times are changing. Times are changing. That's the only thing I can say. So thank you guys for listening to my rant tonight. Walmart scammers look at YouTube. That they do. That's why I said watch it, guys. Keep it near and dear to your heart. Don't go sharing too much information, even with drivers in your own area. Learn from me. Even though I speak to every driver, and I still have the gift of gab, and I'm still kind and I'm still nice. Kindness is always free, but it only goes so far sometimes. Okay, you guys. So with that being said, thank you so much for listening to the reel of DoorDash and YouTube and, what's been kind of going on. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Once again, don't forget to give this live a thumbs up. I really appreciate you. Go make your money. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And guys, if you're driving, please stay safe out there. Remember, kindness is always free. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video or the next live. Bye, everyone.